Hey everybody, welcome back to Corpse Factory, where we, Corpse Girl, aka Noriko, I don't remember your surname anymore, has finally made another successful kill. And I say she did it. She planted the seeds of this, and then some supernatural power has caused it to, manifest. And we were just on the bathroom floor for most of the last episode, having spontaneous, issues. Anyway, and we found out now that the person that we killed was someone that worked at the company we work at, and also we got our friend Aoi a job here, and Tomoe's just being a little bit of a bitch. A little punk-ass bitch, that's what she's being at the moment. So let's see where this goes. Are we gonna, eventually murder Tomoe? Let's find out. I spent all morning trying unsuccessfully to calm my nerves. I'm anxious about finding out whether my latest victim has perished. It's afternoon now, so the time written on his photo has passed. I forgot about this, we did another photo as well, and I think it's the person that lives below us, so... Expect to see... was it Kenji? Expect to see Kenji in the news soon. If my work was successful, I should know soon enough. I've already set up an obituary news alert on my phone to keep me informed. Instead of sitting at home all day and waiting for my phone to go off, I decided to visit an old favourite hangout. Public libraries don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They're quiet, calm, soothing. I can sit here for hours, for free, and just get lost in a different worlds. Plus, they always carry works by my favourite authors. Sometimes the librarians are even kind enough to recommend titles that might fit my tastes. I don't feel judged here. Nobody looks at me and mocks my clothing or my makeup. Nobody looks at me and asks if I've had enough to eat lately. Nobody makes fun of me. That lonely girl in the corner reading Lovecraft and calmly stroking her hair. Every so often, I put my book aside and check my phone out of habit. Still no alerts. Have I miscalculated something? Did my latest photo not look convincing or damning enough to inspire suicide or a murder? I find myself growing increasingly anxious and impatient.
Cthulhu, huh? You a Lovecraft nerd?
Hello. I blink twice and look up at the strange man standing over me.
Huh?
Sauce. Didn't mean to interrupt. Notice you're reading Lovecraft. Huh. In Japanese, too.
I wonder how some of the Japanese translations work for, Old English.
Didn't know this book had been translated.
Yeah. My English isn't great, so I read the translated versions.
That's mad. Do they translate esoteric names? Can't imagine Cthulhu being easy to write in kanji.
Jero, immediately you've risen the rankings of the people here. You're not on the list. You're on a separate list. You're on the good person list.
Well, it's written in katakana, so...
Katsuhuna?
Of course. Kojiro.
The man extends a hand, and I can't tell if he wants me to shake it or pass him my book.
What?
I'm Kojiro. You?
Noriko. Kurosawa.
Nice. Just Kojiro for me. No last name. Call me Koji.
Okay, that's a bit suspect.
You don't have a last name?
Used to. Lost it. Fire, I'm just Kojiro now.
This guy is weird. His clothes smell like they've been stashed in the back of a closet for a decade or two. His face is unshaven, and his eyes are scarily clear and focused, despite being masked by a pair of thick glasses.
Didn't mean to keep you. Saws again. I'm looking for Nobel Sinclair. He around here?
I don't know. Who?
Writer guy? Did that book about befriending the dead? The librarian told me to check these shelves.
Sorry, I don't really know.
No worries. I'll find him. You look like the type who'd enjoy his books. Not to judge you by your cover.
I was about to make the same joke. Jiro may be me, honestly.
Need a strong stomach, though. Messed up shit.
As much as I hate to admit it, this stranger has captured my interest.
How messed up are we talking?
Well, His first book describes dressing up corpses, taking them to dinner. Goal is to not get caught out. Mad, right? Like something out of that American movie, Weekend with Bernard? Or something like that. Second book goes nuts. Main character fills the school classroom with bodies, all dressed up as students. Runs lectures and records them, puts them online. Best part? No one can figure out if these books are fiction. Internet says Snowbell Sinclair actually did these things. Says he's doing time now, writing these books as a confession.
Interesting.
Right? It's deranged. Makes for a good bedtime reading.
Huh.
You want noise? Well, of course you are.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, at Koji Koji. Add me if you like. We can talk shop. I'm gonna find Obel. Wish me luck.
And without so much as a glance back at me, the man walks away. I tried to return to my reading, but that whole conversation just replays back in my head. What a bizarre encounter. Maybe I'll just head home for today. Being here has helped me calm down, but I am still eagerly anticipating the fate of my victim. Besides, I have to admit that I am growing a little bit hungry. Maybe onigiri, a rice ball, from the convenience store will tide me over until tomorrow. I gather my things and stand up, letting out a little whoo as I stretch my muscles. As I head towards the sliding doors to leave the library, a little alert sounds from my phone. This is it. My phone is in my hands in less than a second, the screen unlocked and the obituary page loading before my eyes. Article posted online today, 2:39 PM. Keywords found: 3. Mr. Accident. Numerical data range 20 to 30. Image data found: yes. Saturday, May 30th. Mr. Aichi Hanada, 22, of Tokyo Prefecture, was pronounced dead this afternoon in a traffic intersection, 12:02 PM. Coroner's office reports that Mr. Hanada was involved in a traffic accident. No other casualties have been reported. Mr. Hanada is survived by his fiancée, who wishes to remain anonymous. A funeral service has not yet been arranged. View image attachment. I quickly load the image attachment and can't believe my eyes. The photo is the exact same one that was sent to me through Corpse Girl's website. Okay, so it's not Kenji. There can be absolutely no doubt this is my latest victim. I've done it again. My breathing starts to quicken. My cheeks begin to grow hot. Please don't pass out on the floor of the library. I know from experience that if I don't get somewhere private and quickly, I may very well make a fool of myself in public. I quickly glance around the library for a sign pointing to a restroom. As soon as my eyes settle on it, I dash towards it, swerving between bookshelves and through narrow aisles. There's one door for a unisex bathroom, an unremarkable beige portal. The muscles in my thighs are tightening, and I squirm as I reach for the door. My hand grasps the cool metal handle and presses down, only to be met with immovable resistance. It's locked. There's a sign on the door, and notice that I completely ignored in my haste. Closed for cleaning.
Shit.
I curse despite my best efforts to keep a low profile. My head turns frantically, looking for somewhere, anywhere, that I can sit down and remain out of sight while my body reacts erratically to my latest success.
Oh, you busted?
This guy again.
I need to use the restroom.
I hope he can't tell that my expression on my face is not one of desperation to use the facilities.
On it.
To my surprise, Kajiro strides up to the restroom door and begins to slam his fist against it.
Hey, cleaning time is over. Get out of there.
I hear a panicked yelp from within. Kajiro's commanding voice was more than a little intimidating. Within seconds, a terrified old woman emerges. She wheels her cleaning trolley around us, bows quickly, and disappears from sight. I don't believe it. I don't believe this is how a cleaning person would react. They would be like, listen, if you're banging on the door and, like, giving me a hard time, and I'm, like, cleaning up this shit, literally, I'm gonna make it, longer. I'm gonna make you suffer for this. I'm not gonna bow at the end of it. I'm gonna just secretly, give you the finger.
All yours. Bad to hold it.
Thanks.
I dash past Kojiro, unable to believe what is happening. Here I slam the door behind me and slip into a cubicle. As soon as I sit atop the toilet's closed lid, my legs begin to shake uncontrollably, and I have to lean backwards to steady myself. Aichi Hanada is dead, killed in a traffic accident. That could mean anything, but I'm willing to bet that I caused his death. After seeing the photo of his dismembered corpse, he might have purposely crashed his car. Or perhaps someone else rammed his vehicle, intent on murdering on behalf of Corpse Girl. I still don't know how my power works. I don't know why these victims end up dead. But the cause of death ultimately doesn't matter. What matters is that Corpse Girl is victorious once more. I find myself panting, squirming, struggling to restrain myself. My vision fogs, my knuckles clench, and, with barely a fanfare, I begin to cool down all of a sudden. Just like that, the overwhelming urge to explode simply flutters away. Huh? My breathing regulates, my legs solidify, and rest firmly on the ground. This experience wasn't nearly as staggering as the last time. Maybe because I was so confident this victim would die, my body already prepared itself for it? Have I already become desensitized to my ability to wield death itself? I won't pretend that I'm not disappointed. That exhilarating feeling I experienced last time, the complete and utter loss of control, it was addicting. I craved experiencing it again. Still, I need to remind myself of the most important thing. I fulfilled the request issued to Corpse Girl. That's 2 new victories in a row. 2 victories in a single week. As long as requests keep coming in, I can keep achieving my goals. I can do this. Full of confidence and feeling steady once more, I exit the cubicle and leave the bathroom. That strange man, Kojiro, is waiting for me at the end of an aisle.
Good?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for... I really needed the bathroom.
I'd give it 30 minutes though.
Of course. Been there. Gotta go when you gotta go. Look what I found.
Kojiro holds up a book with a plain black cover.
Nobel Sinclair's latest. Dazed by the Dead. It's a ripper.
Oh, what's that one about?
Surely he's not read it yet.
Falling in love with the dead. Read it already last year.
Okay.
Time for another go. Oh, here.
Kojiro hands another book to me, this one with a brown cover. An illustration on the front depicts a field of flowers.
What's this?
Sinclair's first ever published work. Strange Flower. Title's nonsense. This is the one where he puts corpses in suits, treats them to meals at fancy restaurants. Loaned it out under my name. He'd take it. Return it before the due date. Can't risk getting fined.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll be sure to read it.
Honestly, that's just a massive inconvenience. Like, you don't know what Noriko came to the library for. Maybe she just came for, a bit of studying. Maybe to use, the computer clusters or something there, assuming they have one. And you've brought out a book in your name for her, and now she has to come back to the library again? That is a real power play move.
Sure.
I respect it. Okay.
Right. Be seeing you.
Yeah, I'll see you, Kojiro, because you kind of forced me to come back to the library where you'll probably still be here, you weirdo. A brief wave of his hand and he disappears behind the closest shelves. I can't really get over how peculiar he is, but he certainly is making an effort to be friendly. I turn the heavy book over in my hands and look inside the front cover for a publication date. 2009? It's actually not that old. Definitely not as old as the fiction I normally consume. I shrug and hoist the bulky tome underneath my arm, then make for the library's exit. I feel uncommonly hungry on my way home. So much so that I decide to stop by a restaurant and get some dinner. I wonder if killing stirs my appetite. I often pass this establishment when I exit the train station in Akihabara. It's an old venue that serves traditional Japanese food as well as popular Western dishes. To say that I've always been curious about eating here would be accurate. I've been working hard lately, achieving my goals. I can afford to treat myself to a cooked meal, right? Why do I find it so hard to justify that? I'm even going to eat at a booth tonight, another rarity for me. A waitress guides me to an empty booth and I slide in before looking at a menu. The house specialty, according to the menus in my hands, is grilled eel. Not exactly my favourite. In fact, seafood of any variety doesn't sit well in my stomach. I decide to pass on the specials and order something I know I can digest. Omelette and rice. Rice, isn't it? Sounds good. I used to eat it a lot as a kid. Omelette, rice and ketchup. What's not to like? Plus, it's only 700 yen before tax. The waitress returns to take my order, and I confidently point out what I'd like. She offers me a smile and hurries off to the next table. Perhaps my recent victory streak has given me my courage a boost, because I hardly feel awkward or anxious sitting here, surrounded by people eating and drinking on all sides. I'm somewhat calm and at ease amidst the hustle and bustle of the restaurant. I almost feel it might be nice to have company, a friend, perhaps Aoi, or even Shinya, might be nice to talk to and pass the time with. Oh well. In a way, I do have some company. I retrieve a book from my handbag, the very same book Kajiro lent me, and I open up the first chapter. Strange Flower. An odd, apparently meaningless title. Still, it comes highly recommended by an eccentric stranger, so it must be good. Yeah, of course. My meal arrives when I'm a few pages into my book. I thank the waitress and look at the omurice before me. It smells good. It's presented beautifully. I can probably eat at least a quarter of this portion without feeling ill. I pick up a spoon and slice through the middle of the omurice, causing a puff of steam to billow up. Throwing caution to the wind, I scoop up a good amount and bring it to my mouth. It's delicious. There's no other word to describe it. The convenience store meals I normally eat can't even compare to something like this. The egg is soft, the rice is fluffy, and there's just enough ketchup along the top. I take a second mouthful, then a third. I can't help but giggle a little at the thought of myself sitting here, eating like a normal person. All the people around me probably think I'm a normal person too. I imagine they're not. Just a girl sitting at a restaurant, eating her dinner. Another quiet giggle escapes my lips and I gently dab my mouth with a napkin. I set my spoon to the side and return to the book in front of me. The author of this work certainly is interesting. Noble Sinclair. According to the bio inside the front cover, he moved to Japan from overseas at a young age. The book was written originally in Japanese. It's not a translation, but even so, the writing style is quite unusual. I can't quite put my finger on what is strange about it. Maybe it's the lack of complex kanji used throughout. Everything is written rather simply, in hiragana, almost like the intended audience is elementary school kids. But that can't be right. The themes contained within are truly disturbing. Maybe the author just doesn't have the greatest comprehension of writing in Japanese. It's true that a lot of adults have trouble with complex kanji. Professional authors, though, not so much. Anyway, it's not like it matters too much. The book is interesting enough to keep me turning pages. I must be completely absorbed in reading because before I know it, a waitress is politely letting me know that the restaurant is closing soon. I nod and look at the plate of omurice in front of me. The meal has gone cold, and I only ate 3 bites. Still, I'm feeling full now, and I really enjoyed what I did eat. I really enjoyed what I did eat. The complete opposite. I don't even feel any added weight on my hips as I get to my feet. That's definitely a positive thing. I stretch my arms and legs, put my book in a bag, and offer the waitress some money along with the bill. Are you not going to get the rest for leftovers or something? That's good omurice you're throwing away here. I'm expecting to see a doggy bag here, Nariko. Where's the music gone? A blast of frigid night air nearly sweeps me off my feet when I step out of the restaurant. If I'd known the weather was going to take a turn for the worse, I would have brought my scarf and jacket. It's the end of spring, so unpredictable cold weather is pretty rare. I guess I can't be blamed for not bundling up. Anyway, it's not raining and I'm close to home, so it shouldn't be a problem. I head down the street and watch a few shop owners closing their stores for the night. They don't pay me any mind as I wander by. My phone bursts to life and rings out in the quiet night air. I grab it and press it close to my ear for warmth.
Hello? Aoi? Noriko? Hello? Is this a bad time? No, I'm just walking home.
Down the dark alleyway, at night. I'm perfectly fine.
You're out at this time of night? That's not like you. I stopped somewhere to eat. What's up? You stopped to eat? Say, about the new job. What is it? I spoke to the manager at the maid cafe, but he said I can't quit. He said that? Oh, well, it's not up to him. You have every right to quit. Did you tell him you've landed a new job? Yes, I told him. But he said he spent so much time and money training me that if I quit now, he'll treat it as stealing from the company and he'll call the police.
Let him?
What a load of crap! Hang on. Are you at the cafe now? Yes, I just finished my shift. We're closing up. I'll be right there. I'm only a minute away anyway. I'm going to give your manager a piece of my mind. No, Noriko, you can't. Just watch me. I'll be right there.
I end the call despite Aoi's objections. I can't believe how furious I am. Aoi finally has an escape route from that god-awful job, and now the manager won't let her quit. That has to be illegal. I've never met her manager, but I can just imagine his type. A self-important, wretched, greedy pig thinks he's the king of the world because he runs a shady maid cafe in the back streets. Well, I won't stand for it. People like him are the ones that should be reported to Corpse Girl's website. I'd love to target victims like that. I change direction and take up a running pace. The cool air against my face is kind of nice now that my body's warming up a little. Thankfully, there is hardly anyone around at this time of night, so I don't feel particularly embarrassed by running in public. I'm not a terribly fit person, so it isn't long before I feel out of breath. I come to a stop at the end of the street, heaving and clutching my chest. It's because you've not put fuel in yourself, Noriko. You're out of fuel. You've had 3 mouthfuls of egg and rice with some ketchup. That's it. Your glycogen is non-existent. You have no stores of anything. Your body is screaming at you.
Okay. I'm okay. Deep breaths.
Think of Krebs' cycle, Noriko. After taking a moment to collect myself, I start back up, walking briskly this time. I can see the maid cafe's illuminated sign ahead of me. I approach the entrance and read the neon board. Chateau de Cristal. Welcome home, master. Drinks from just 400 yen. Table charge 500 yen per person. Open till 10 p.m. every night. I pass the sign and reach for the door handle, just as somebody hurriedly throws the door open and emerges.
Noriko? Aoi, told you I'd be here. I'm really glad to see you.
Aoi gives me a brief wave. She fidgets nervously and straightens the ruffles in her dress.
I can't believe you have to wear this ridiculous outfit.
Noriko. She's wearing something oddly similar to what you're wearing. Showing more chest, granted. Maybe a little bit more frills, but you're also wearing black with a white frilling neck. And you're both wearing, like, some sort of bow or ribbon. Do you not see the irony here, Noriko?
Yeah, but the costume isn't the worst part of the job. I know. Listen, is your manager still here?
Aoi hesitates, then shakes her head sadly.
You just missed him. There are only a few girls inside closing up.
Damn it. Ugh, I really wanted to give him a piece of my mind.
Noriko, it's fine. I can continue working here. It's not so bad.
Hell no! Don't even pretend it's okay. This place is torturing you. You have that customer that always gropes you, and now your manager is controlling you? I won't stand for it, and you shouldn't either.
But what can I do?
Leave. I'm honestly stumped by the question. In all my hasteness to get here, I never even thought through a plan for Aoi. Damn it. That heartbreaking expression on her face. I just want to grab her, hug her, tell her everything's going to be okay. So, why can't I?
Aoi. I know you don't feel like it, but you're the strongest girl I know. All the shit you've dealt with over the years, all the shit you're still dealing with. You're brave, whether you know it or not. My issues pale in comparison to yours, but you still get up each and every day and do your best. I'm proud of you, and I want to make things easier for you. Come work with me at Temujin. Just leave this place behind. Forget all about it.
Noriko.
You're my best friend. You always will be. Even if we can't be anything more than that, I'm happy just having you in my life.
Oh?
I'd do anything for you, Aoi. I hope you realize that.
Of course. I know. Thank you, Noriko.
Let's get out of here. It's really late. Come back to my place.
You know I can't. All my things are at home, and I need to check everything first. Otherwise...
I nod calmly. I understand. I can't push it too much.
Don't worry. I get it.
And the thing is, I can't just run away from this place. That stalking customer, he knows where I live, and, well, if I stop showing up to work, he said he'll visit me at home.
Okay, I take it back, Aoi. When I said that you just not come here again, what you should actually do is go to the police station. That is number one plan, numero uno plan on the checklist, Aoi. Go to the police. Tell them, strange man following me. Police investigate. Police find out he's a bit of a weirdo. Puts restraining order. You then move to a new location. Probably will get some sort of assistance. I don't really know how this works, but I imagine there are charities in Japan that help people who are being stalked by creepy men. This is your first 3 train of thought. Move in with a friend for the short time while you're trying to sort that out. Like Noriko, for example. They are your steps. These are your plans, okay?
Why don't we go to the police?
Noriko, she's on my side.
I can't do that!
Why? Without warning, Aoi bursts into tears, just as rain begins to spill from the clouds. It's going to be a police officer, isn't it?
I can't get him in trouble. I just can't.
Aoi, what? What is he?
He's... family.
Oh. This has taken a more depressing turn. A gust of wind blows down the narrow street, causing my hair to whip wildly in my face. I brush it out of my eyes and mouth, only to see Aoi standing still, her head down.
A stalker. He's... family?
I could never bring myself to tell you. But surely you must have wondered why I've put up with it for so long.
I don't know what to say. I'm stunned. You're putting up with it because you don't want him arrested.
Yes. If he goes to prison, the rest of my family will disown me. And I'll truly have no one.
Okay, this seems like a jump to the extreme. Well, I don't know. Honestly, you know what? This becomes a difficult situation. I need more We need more evidence here, Aoi, to see how this would actually play out. But you know what? If your family's going to disown you over this, honestly, maybe you're better off without them.
You have me.
Yeah. You can't choose family.
You know what I mean. I'm just going to go home for tonight. Thanks for coming out to see me, Noriko.
Aoi turns on her heel and strolls away, the click-clack of her shoes against the wet pavement echoing through the street.
Aoi.
She doesn't hear me breathe her name as she disappears into the darkness. That poor girl. There has to be something I can do. Ah, we have a chase. A chase. We have a choice. Close to a chase. I can either go after Aoi or give her some space. I think we go after her. We say, Aoi, enough's enough. You can't choose your family. If they're going to disown you, you're better off without them. Leave them behind. We'll make a new group of friends. We'll have like the Japanese equivalent of the sitcom Friends in like our apartment. You know, we'll have like these love interests across, like there'll be 3 boys living over there, 3 girls or so living over here. We'll have like interfights and so on and so forth. You'll love it, Aoi. You'll love it. I'm going after her. I can't let her go. I can't let her just walk away, as sad and helpless as she is. Also, if we go after her, she might put it on Corpse Girl's website. My legs lurch forward of their own volition, propelling my body through the rain-soaked street.
Aoi! Aoi, come back!
My shout echoes in the night, my weightless words falling through the air like the very rain that patters against my face. Aoi's silhouette is just out of reach. If only my weak body could pick up its pace, I might be able to reach her before she fades away. Yeah, if only you'd eaten like, 3 or 4 more spoonfuls of Omi rice.
Stop!
Oh. The unexpected command fulfills its purpose. I halt, my shoes skidding along the wet ground. Aoi is closer than I expected her to be, perhaps due to some trick with the light and rain. She simply seemed farther away to my tired eyes.
Aoi, please. Let me help you.
There's nothing to be done. Why can't you take a hint? You just never give up, do you? You just want to smother me.
Mal!
You don't trust me to handle things on my own.
This is taking a turn for the worse.
That's not it. I just care for you so much.
I know that. You think you haven't made that clear in the past?
Rarely have I ever seen Aoi this angry. She's well past the point of being simply upset now. She's truly furious. Have I overstepped a boundary?
You're not my guardian angel, or my savior, or whatever. This is my life, Noriko. It's not your sick fantasy, where you swoop in and act like my knight in shining armor.
Aoi,
Shut up! Just shut up! You always take it one step too far. Just leave me alone.
I can't get another word in before she vanishes into the night. I reach a hand out into the darkness, like some foolish attempt to stop her, but I know it's pointless. She made her thoughts perfectly clear. She doesn't need or want my help. Even if she cares for me, she doesn't love me in the same way I love her, and I don't think she ever will. I sigh and look up at the thick cloak of clouds above. The rain continues to fall. May 31st, Sunday afternoon. Today drags on and on. Since I won't work weekends, I never really know what to do with myself during my free time. The library yesterday was nice, but I don't want to hang out there again today. So far I've spent the day simply reading at home and brewing the occasional cup of tea to stave off my hunger. I keep checking my phone, but Aoi hasn't replied to any of my texts. Even when I call, she lets it go to voicemail. I don't even have any new requests to attend to. I was hoping I would get at least one this weekend to help occupy my time. To take a break from reading Strange Flower, I decided to browse through noise and see what's happening in my social circle. Though I'm not close to any of the people I'm connected to, save for Aoi, reading through their posts always lifts my mood. Rather annoyingly, the first post I come across is from Tomoe. to Mo 9 minutes ago. Bitches be tripping if they think they gonna steal my man. We thick as thieves. He getting lucky tonight, XX. The garbled post is accompanied by a photo of her and Shinya getting cozy together. Shinya looks more than a little nervous. I'd be willing to bet that Tomoe is the first girl he's ever snuggled like this. I can't quite figure out why she's so interested in him, or why he's into her, for that matter. At first I thought Tomoe was just trying to bug me, to annoy me, but by pursuing someone she thought I wanted. But surely this is taking it too far, right? Haven't I made it clear that I just don't care? As for Shinya, maybe that boy really is into the blow-up doll look. I guess I understand him less than I originally thought. I noticed I'd been frowning while looking at Tomoe's post, so I decided to slam my finger down on the thumbs down button. A little text box below the post now reads, Noriko Kurosawa disliked this. My frown breaks and I smirk. It feels somewhat satisfying to publicly dislike Tomoe's posts. I can imagine Tomoe's face going tomato red when she reads the notification. With a little giggle, I scroll past the post and keep browsing my feed. As expected, it doesn't take long to find a post from Shinya himself. It's out of character for him, but he's actually not posting about criminal case and detective work for once. Shinya with a capital S, Fujikawa, 13 hours ago. I never believed in love until I met her. She swept me off my feet and showed me how to become a better man. She makes me want to be the best person I can be. My heart goes out to my darling Tomoe. 2 days together and counting! 2 fucking days! 2! I look forward to every day because of you. Thank you. 2! I involuntarily gag and continue scrolling. I'm with you, Noriko. Nothing else in my newsfeed really compares to those last posts. My sister wrote something about her sucky job, and a few co-workers posted about how grief-stricken they were about Akane Tsurumaki passing away unexpectedly. Akane Tsurumaki, followed closely by Aicha Hanada, and long before them both, Rory Hatano, the one who started it all. 3 strangers, 3 people dead, all because of Corpse Girl. People wanted them dead, and because of that, I also wanted them dead. I won't forget their names. When Corpse Girl rises above the muck and filth in this world and becomes truly famous, I'll share a toast to their memories. Until then, I need to trudge forward. I need new targets, new victims, to launch Corpse Girl's name into the stars. If Corpse Girl's website becomes more than an urban legend, more than a rumour whispered of in the shadows, then no. I need to take it slow. I can't get too far ahead of myself, like Shinya. I still need to put in a lot of work before I can attain my goal. But the only way I can move forward is if more requests come through the website. There has to be a way to promote this site. Flashy advertising is out of the question. I don't want the site looking like a gimmick people can visit simply to pass the time. I need word of mouth. Testimonials. So far the site has claimed 3 victims. I need the original requesters to spread the word about how effective the website really is. Yes, that would be perfect, but I obviously can't get in touch with them now. They remain anonymous when they request a death. No one willingly put in their contact details when doing something so shady, anyway. I sigh and scratch my head. Thinking about it like this won't do me any good. Maybe I should come back to it later. I reach for my laptop, sitting on the couch next to me. Maybe I'll take just one more look for new requests. You never know, right? I log into the administration panel of Corpse Girl's website and check for notifications. 1 new request. Request details. Today, 3:31 PM local time. Victim's phone, blah blah blah. Downloading image attachment. Wait, 3:31 PM? This was submitted just a few minutes ago. What are the chances I would check the incoming request so soon after receiving a new one? I mean, if you can just continuously hitting the refresh button, then pretty high, honestly. My heart begins to race as the attached photo downloads to my computer. I'm excited about the prospect of working on a new request for the rest of the evening. Who will be the poor sucker to succumb to Corpse Girl's whims? Will another beautiful corpse be left in my wake? My heart skips a beat, and my hands instantly turn cold. What the hell? A photo of myself appears on the screen. It's the very same image used for my company ID tag. I'm not smiling in the photo or in real life. Is this some kind of joke? Somebody has requested my death. Somebody has requested my death.
Somebody wants me dead? I can't believe it! It finally happened! I know exactly who requested my death!
I think you're going to be surprised, Noriko.
Tomoe! That stupid, vapid bitch!
Tomoe Watanabe. The one person who hates me more than I hate myself. Of course she's the one who uploaded my photo. Of course she wants Corpse Girl to take care of me. She's been looking for somebody to test the website on. Her noise post from the start of the week confirms that. And she has been getting increasingly obsessed with tormenting me lately. I'm willing to bet that when I disliked her latest post, it finally triggered her to request my death.
Tomoe, you brainless whore! I am Corpse Girl!
Noriko giggled. In a fit of manic laughter, I set to work dismembering my photo. I'm going to make my corpse look so realistic that she'll think she really succeeded in getting me killed. Okay. Noriko, when you don't understand how your power works, I think this is a little bit of a... You know, this isn't looking over the edge of the cliff, this is jumping off the edge of the cliff, just with a rope tied to, like, a tree branch. And then when her guard is down... June 1st, Monday morning.
No sign of Sato yet? I wonder if she got held up. It's not exactly professional to be late on your first day of work.
I grind my teeth and hope that Shinya can't sense my anxiety.
She'll be here.
I don't believe the bitter words that tumble out of my mouth. I send another message to Aoi's seemingly abandoned phone, not really expecting a reply.
Actually, she's not the only one absent. Tomoe isn't here either.
He doesn't need to tell me that. I've been watching her desk like a hawk ever since I came in this morning. There's a small surprise waiting for her in the top desk drawer, courtesy of yours truly. I've been eagerly anticipating her arrival for an hour now.
We had a late night last night, so I wonder if she woke up on time.
Excuse me? I taste something foul in my mouth. I don't really need Shinya's recap of his night with Tomoe.
Don't you have work to do?
Of course, I need to.
His vocalized thoughts trail off as he wanders away. I return my focus to the keyboard in front of me. As I type, letters scroll across my screen seemingly slower than usual. No Aoi, no Tomoe. The static drone of the office environment is just as loud as ever. Without those two here, something feels off. Aoi shouldn't be missing her first day of work. And say what you want about Tomoe, at the very least she's punctual. For her to be this late is very unusual.
Kurosawa, a word, if you please.
Hello? A soft but sharp voice snaps me out of my thoughts. I look up to find a middle-aged woman standing over me, one hand beckoning in an intimidating fashion. Kotoma Ida, an executive who oversees a lot of the juniors on this floor. I deal with her a few times a week. She's a serious and critical person, but I've seen a warmer side of her when she chats with colleagues of her own level.
Miss Ida, did you need something?
Please, come with me.
I reluctantly rise from my chair and follow her through the office. She leads me to one of the glass-screened cubicles that line one of the walls of the office. Special spaces reserved for meetings and temporary workstations.
Take a seat.
I follow her instructions, sitting down on one of the bright and colourful plastic chairs that filled the small enclosure.
A new employee was supposed to start work today. Sato, an acquaintance of yours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I've been trying to get in contact with her.
I see. You understand that it doesn't reflect well on Sato's character if she can't arrive on time for her first day of work, correct?
Yes, I understand. Believe me, it is very out of the ordinary for her to do something like this.
I'm sure. Fujikawa recommended Sato for the job based on your personal request. You need to be aware that since Fujikawa holds rank over you, he is the one who will be reprimanded for hiring an unsuitable employee. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that he will be punished. Rather, his recommendations will be denied for the foreseeable future. And any attempt he makes to climb the ladder, so to speak, will be vehemently refused by the other executives.
Isn't that a bit extreme? All of that because of one temp employee that didn't show up for work?
That's the way these things go. I've seen it dozens of times. The reason I'm telling you this is because you should feel some sort of responsibility to apologize to Fujikawa.
I had no idea. Honestly,
Enough. This isn't an open discussion. Apologize to Fujikawa, and see if he will find it in his heart to forgive you. And please advise him to seek employment elsewhere. I don't foresee his career with us flourishing anytime soon.
Wow.
That's all.
Kotomi abruptly exits the cubicle and leaves me alone, sitting in a stupid-looking green plastic chair. I take some time to compose my thoughts before also walking out. Honestly, you're on the list as well. Like, you don't have... I mean, I was going to say don't have the balls, but, you know. You don't have the cojones to tell him directly. You're going via a temp messenger? What a scumbag. I don't know what to say to Shinya. I don't even know if I should say anything. Surely Kotomi has been a bit extreme in effectively halting Shinya's career at Temujin. This is all because I recommended Aoi for the job? I feel like an idiot. But how was I to know that Aoi would prove unreliable? And still, it's far too extreme. Kotomi's out of line. Something else is at play here. I can feel it. Maybe Kotomi wants Shinya gone for her own reasons, but I can't imagine why. He's a junior employee and not exactly the type to step on anyone's toes and make enemies. I return to my desk in a bit of a huff and slump in my swivel chair. My eyes fall on the empty can of coffee next to my computer screen, and I begin to wish I'd purchased more than one this morning. Glancing over the top of my screen, I can see that Tomoe still hasn't arrived. Maybe I'll have to wait until tomorrow for her to find the gift I left for her. I'm sure she'll love it. I don't enjoy my walk home through the park this evening as much as I normally do. There are too many things weighing on my mind. Aoi, Tomoe, Shinya, and Kotomi. Why is it that I'm increasingly finding myself drawn into office drama? I don't want to deal with any of it. I just want to pursue my own goals. Working at the office is a means to an end, a way to keep a roof over my head and to have the money to achieve Corpse Girl's ambitions. If I could quit, I would, but I can't. Not just yet. I wonder if I could monetize Corpse Girl's services. Users could pay a fee to request a death, or I could even just accept donations. But I get the sinking feeling that asking for money will reduce the amount of requests I get. The number of requests coming in is already depressingly low. If I reduce it any further, I'd be in trouble. As I draw close to my apartment building, my phone cries out for attention. I bring it to my ear with a swift hand.
Aoi? Noriko. What's the deal? I've been trying to get in touch with you all day. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't bring myself to come into the office. Yeah, well, I gathered that. Tell me why. You know, just the stuff I normally have to deal with. For real? stalkers? Or your own battles? I left the apartment twice. I really did. But I had to go back inside each time because it didn't feel right. I had to check a few things and then check again, and in the end, I gave up and laid in bed. I must have fallen asleep because when I looked at the time, it was already late.
I sigh angrily and hope that Aoi doesn't hear me.
Alright. It sounds like you had a rough day. I'm sorry, but the situation isn't great. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I don't think they'll be happy with you if you come in tomorrow. If I were you, I'd write a polite letter of resignation and just forget about the job. Shinia's been kind of thrown under the bus because of this. Shinya? Why? I'm not too sure myself. Since he got you the job, I suppose he was somewhat responsible for you. But because you didn't come in, it sounds like his career's in real jeopardy. Oh God. Oh no! Take a breath. You didn't know something like this would happen. I didn't either. I think this one exec has it out for him or something because it's too much of an overreaction. I can't believe it. I never wanted to cost him his job. I know. You didn't mean for this to happen. Look, I'll try and smooth things out a little. I'll talk to Shinya tomorrow. You need to look after yourself right now, okay? Promise me you'll just take it easy tonight and relax. Okay. Forget this ever happened. Noriko will look after everything. Thank you, Noriko. Okay. Get some rest. Talk to you soon, Aoi. Bye-bye.
I end the call with a heavy heart. I don't actually have any idea what to do. When it comes to Aoi, I always feel obligated to just tell her anything that will help her feel better. If I could actually follow through with my words and generally make things better for her, then, well, maybe we'd have a bit of a different relationship than we do now. But I probably missed my opportunity for that a long time ago. In senior high school, I was never really truly understanding of her, and that cost me too much. Things are different now, of course. I've seen what she goes through. I'd like to think I understand her a lot more now. My feelings for her are true, and not muddled in sympathy or pity. If this was a different life, and I hadn't made all those stupid mistakes, I would be happy to be with her. But now, the best I can hope for is that she wants to remain friends with me, and that will have to be enough to satisfy me.
Yo.
That voice. A trickle of icy sweat drips down my spine. In the near distance, sitting on the bench close to the park's exit, is an easily recognizable figure.
Come here.
I freeze in my tracks. My body wants to keep walking to reach the familiar safety of my home, but my brain is engaging its fight or flight mode. Torn between my options, I find myself completely stationary.
Come on, I won't hurt you.
Doubt.
Tomoe.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's been waiting for me here all afternoon. She knows my route home. That's obvious since I last encountered her and Shinya in this very same park. I can't help but tense up as she leaps off the bench and approaches me.
You're into weird shit, right? Like, occult stuff?
Maybe? Is that what you came here to ask me?
Nah, just listen, okay? I wanted the opinion of someone freakier than me.
Okay. She really knows how to flatter a girl.
It's kinda dumb, you know, but have you heard of that Corpse Girl website thing?
Who does she think she's talking to? More importantly, how should I respond?
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, right? I heard rumors too, so I checked it out. I thought the whole thing was really funny. Like, could it be for real? Anyway, maybe I kinda used it to request a death.
Is that so?
Tomoe is pretty much straight up admitted that she was the one who requested my death. After all, I know exactly how many requests come through the site. The latest one has to have been from her. I bet you it's the manager, the Tsurumaki.
Yeah, and, well,
Fill me in.
All you do is put in a photo of a bitch and her phone number. Then she's supposed to drop dead. Simple as that. Thing is, no one knows how it works. Or if it works, actually.
Right. Okay, so you requested somebody's death, and what happened?
Well...
This is it. This is where she admits she uploaded my photo. She's gonna say they died. I've caught her red-handed.
You see, the dumb bitch went and died.
I blink a few times. I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
What did you say?
The chick whose photo I uploaded. She's deader than a doorknob.
Who is Tomoe referring to? My mind is racing frantically, scanning through the list of Corpse Girl's victims over the past few months. The only people who have died recently are Arcane Tsurumaki and Aichi Hanada. Tomoe is talking about a female, so that rules out Aichi. Then there's Rory Hitano, but she died such a long time ago. Last year, in fact. Surely Tomoe wasn't the one who requested her death. It was way too long ago for her to be bringing it up now. That leads me to believe that the only person Tomoe could be talking about is Arcane Tsurumaki, who works at the same company as us as well, so that's another good hint. Or has somebody else died? Somebody I never found out about? That's impossible. I've been so thorough in searching for the results of my work. The only victim that Tomoe could be talking about is Arcane. But, wait. No, that still can't be right. Tomoe requested my death. Somebody, Tomoe, uploaded my photo to Corpse Girl's website just recently. I take a deep breath, swallow hard, and open my mouth.
Tomoe, what you're saying is really serious. Are you sure this person died?
Yep, no doubt. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. If you're good with this occult junk, how do you think she died from a website? Do you reckon my request really killed her? Cause I don't really want this shit on my conscience, you know?
I don't know what to say.
Come on. I was only really joking around with the website. Didn't think for a second that it could really work. But now, this bitch is cold in the ground, and I can't sleep at night. Keeping Shinya close is the only thing making me calm lately.
Tomoe seems to be showing a little remorse, which I didn't think she had in her. If she thought the website was a joke, then fair enough. It's only natural that she'd want to play around with it. Then again, I'm kind of offended that she figured the whole thing was a fake. Corpse Girl has worked too damn hard to be considered a joke. But I want to get to the bottom of this. I need to find out whose death Tomoe requested. And more importantly, the question of who requested my own death remains unanswered. By the way, you should also be thinking about the photo you left in the drawer. You might want to deal with that.
Tomoe, what's the name of the person you requested to die?
Her name? Oh, you might know her. It was that skank from our office, Akane Tsurumaki.
Akane Tsurumaki. Sure enough, she's well and truly dead. Tomoe isn't wrong in believing that the website killed Arcane. Tomoe once posted a noise about wanting to try the website, and she was waiting to find someone to try it on. If I recall correctly, the request for Arcane's death came through Corpse Girl's website shortly after I read that post. Perhaps Tomoe made the request on the very same day. So then, Tomoe was the one that was responsible. I assumed the person who requested Arcane's death was someone in our office, but I never figured it would be a junior data entry temp like Tomoe. How did Tomoe even know Arcane? I can't see how their paths would have crossed in such a large office building.
Yo, Psycho, you in there?
Hey, I'm not the one that killed someone. Well, actually. I snap out of my thoughts and meet Tomoe's dead-eyed gaze.
Your professional opinion, can a website really kill someone?
I'm torn between giving two replies. I could state that I believe the website worked, and therefore help increase Corpse Girl's credibility, or I could play it safe and make sure I'm not suspected of any involvement. Coward that I am, I decide to play it safe.
No, absolutely not. A website can't kill someone.
Yeah, I figured. Guess it's just a coincidence that she died. You reckon I'm not guilty then? I didn't really want the bitch dead anyway. I was just mucking around.
Yeah, you're not guilty.
Thank God. That's a real weight off my elbows, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I sure as shit won't mess around with sites like that again, though. I'm gonna play it real straight from now on. I gotta get my life together. I got a man to look after now.
Right. Well, good luck with that. I need to get home.
No, you need to get back to the office. All I want right now is to get back and figure out who the hell uploaded a photo of me to the website. My mind is reeling, and I'm not in the right headspace to listen to Moe's drivel any longer.
Hey, for what it's worth, which ain't much. Thanks. Thanks for putting my mind at ease.
I'll wait till you see what's in your desk tomorrow morning. Then I don't think your mind will be at ease anymore.
I know we ain't always seen eye to eye, and... well, nah. That's about it for now.
For a fleeting moment, I imagined that she was about to apologize for assaulting me last week. That possibility disappeared from my mind almost as soon as it appeared.
See you tomorrow.
She waves almost sheepishly and wanders back through the park in the direction I came from. Right. Time to go home. I can't relax until I know who requested my death. If it wasn't Tomoe, then this situation could be a lot more serious than I originally thought. If it wasn't because of my petty squabbles with her, then... someone really wants me dead. Who? I can't sleep. It must be past 3 AM. Countless hours have passed since I started trying to figure out who requested my death. I've run through every possible candidate and their potential reasons 1,000 times. I've replayed every encounter I've ever had with every person I've ever met, and I'm drawing a blank. I don't know who wants me dead. I'm not so vain to think that everybody likes me. I'm sure as hell a lot of people don't like me very much at all. But does anyone not like me enough to want me dead? To nominate me for Corpse Girl, to claim as her prey? I take little solace in the fact that my life isn't actually in danger. Corpse Girl's victims are only brought low by my hand. Though my convictions are strong, and I never refuse a request, taking my own life is absolutely out of the question. This is the one and only request I will ever refuse. And it's not for the sake of my own life, but rather for the sake of Corpse Girl's continued existence. I will not let her die and be buried with me. However, now that I've eaten of the knowledge that somebody genuinely wants me dead, I can't cure my upset stomach. No amount of mental reassurance will quell the sickness rising inside of me. The top candidates are, of course, those closest to me. I've crossed Tomoe off the list. Her relief at knowing Akane Tsurumaki's death wasn't her fault convinced me that she wouldn't make the mistake of messing with the website twice. And add to the fact that she came to me for reassurance, well, it's safe to say that she's not the person I'm looking for. So that leaves the people I deal with on a daily basis. Aoi Sato, my best friend since junior high, and the first person I ever fell for. She rejected me gracefully during senior high, so gracefully that we remain friends to this day. Would she want me dead? It's doubtful. She wouldn't even report her stalker, a guy who she's apparently related to the police, because she didn't want him arrested. Then there's Shinya Fujikawa, another acquaintance from school, and now my co-worker. He has even gone so far as to call us friends now we're connected on Noise. I've never been romantically interested in him, but I was under the false impression that he had feelings for me. He's a wannabe detective, but he doesn't have the competence to follow in his father's footsteps. He doesn't strike me as the type to want somebody dead, let alone to go through with requesting somebody's death. I've solved it. Noriko, don't worry. Andolono has solved it. It's neither of these guys. It's Koji, isn't it? That's why he gave us a book. It wasn't that we'd be interested. It's because he'll know by the late fees that we're dead or not. If we return the book, he knows it didn't work. Still, quiet, guarded people like him can really surprise you. When you take those three out of the question, the people I deal with daily are very few. There are the higher-ups and the execs at work, like Kotimi Ida, but our dealings are so short and simple that I'm sure I barely even register on their radar. If I extend my list of candidates to include people that I don't deal with regularly, but who are technically still part of my life, then the list gets a little more interesting and harder to narrow down. Kenji and Momo Ogawa, the father and daughter living in my apartment building, they're sweet, kind, and considerate. Couldn't imagine they'd want to kill me unless they're really using up too much of their internet bandwidth, and they just can't take it anymore. There's my elder sister, of course, Yoriko Kurosawa. We haven't talked in over a year, at least. She's scum, but probably not the type to randomly elect her own sister for death. Probably. She's on parole, so I have to believe she wouldn't do anything to jeopardize her freedom. And there's Mother, Asuna Kurosawa. She's simply not in a position to submit my details to Corpse Girl's website. My struggling brain can't think of anyone else currently in my life. I have a very small social circle, it's true. All the people that fill my noise newsfeed have either already been named on this list, or they are from such a small, long ago part of my life that they wouldn't even remember I exist anymore. And then suddenly, without warning, a face pops into my mind with startling clarity. The guy from the library. Kojiro, was it? Kojiro with no surname? He was bizarre. Eccentric. Didn't seem like the type of person that gets outside much. Kind of like me, I suppose. His eyes were so clear it was unnerving. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, but I couldn't see anything of substance through his lenses. The curtains were drawn. Out of everyone I've mentally listed, he seems like the person most capable of taking someone's life. That's a biased opinion based on little to no knowledge of him. Literally judging a book by its cover. It's just the impression he gives. However, I have to ask myself, would he want me dead? Me? A person he met one time at the library? In addition, the photo of me was uploaded to my website was from Temujin's corporate system. Is it also your noise thing? It's the very same picture that I wear in my ID tag. How would Kojiro have accessed it? If he was going to upload a photo of me, he would have found my noise profile and used an image from one of my albums. There aren't too many photos of me on there, but there are enough to identify me. The guy is suspicious, but I don't think he's the one I'm looking for. I'm not sure. Yet, I can't get his face out of my mind. On a whim, I snatch up my phone from beside me and unlock the screen. The bright light shines like a beacon in the darkness and nearly blinds me, but I squint and navigate to the noise app. Kojiro. He told me his noise tag, didn't he? If I can remember it, it'll save me the hassle of having to look through the hundreds of profiles with the same name just to find him. What was it? Kojiro? No, too simple. Koji something. I start to type different variations till an auto-predicted result pops up. Koji! That's the one. I tap the result and instantly arrive at his profile. The info in his About Me section is pretty vague, but judging by the display photo, I'm certain this is the right guy. Koji. Just your average guy, taking my days one at a time. Introvert. Antisocial. Anti-establishment. Anti-everything. LOL. I like peanut butter though. I scroll through his feed and see that he hasn't posted anything for quite some time. His most recent post is from about a year ago, and it's just an updated version of his display picture, where he has cropped out a woman's face and body so the focus is just on him. I open up a direct message to him and start typing. Hey, this is Kojiro from the library. It's Noriko. Kurosawa? Since it's past 3 AM, I'm not expecting a reply, until I instantly receive a message in response. Hi. Late night? You replied so quickly! I swallow and gather the nerve to ask him what's on my mind. Yes, I can't sleep. Have you ever heard of Corpse Girl's website? ... The screen states that he's currently typing a message, but then the notification simply disappears and no message comes through. He's left me on red. Oh, left me on scene. The pain. I know what you're going through, Noriko. Is he ignoring me? Then, yes. So he does know about the website. The question is, was he already familiar with it, or did he just look it up after I mentioned it? What are your thoughts? Is it real? Yes, love it. Big fan. I see. Me too. Have you used it? No, well, no, not yet. Don't hate anyone enough. It's hard to get a sense of emotions through his replies. I can't tell if he's being sincere or not. Wait, have you used it? Tell me. Tell me the details. Does it work? No, I haven't used it, but it's popular in my office. I don't know why I wrote that, or why I ended the message with a question mark. I shake my head and wait for a response. Okay, let me know if you use it. Might be work for me. Might be work for me? What does he mean by that? Work? Yes, I store cadavers. Dispose of later. I don't understand. Hospital morgue, storage and disposal. He works at a morgue? I noticed a strange smell in his clothes when we met, and now it makes sense. I gagged a little and suppressed the urge to vomit. So, if someone dies, they get sent to you? Even for, like, suicides and murders? Yes, all sorts. Worst are crash victims. Have to mix and match limbs. Have you ever received a victim of Corpse Girl's website? Impossible to know. Maybe? Who can say? Have a name? A name? Can he look up the names of bodies he's received? Can you look up such a thing? Yes. Cadavers are ID'd, mostly. Know a victim? Should I ask? Will doing so put me under suspicion of being associated with Corpse Girl? Hello? I can look now, at work. I start to nervously bite my fingernails. I know that I won't gain anything from finding out if he's dealt with any of the victims, but morbid curiosity tends to get the better of me. Sometimes I just have to know. Arcane Tsurumaki. Okay, a second. No. Correct spelling? Got an M Tsurumaki and Arcane Tsurumi. That's not right. Close though. Okay, more names. Aichi Hanada. One sec. Yes, crash victim. Bad. I remember him. He's still here, actually. I can't believe what I'm reading. Aichi Hanada ended up at Kojiro's morgue, and he's still there? Really? How long do you store bodies? Depends. Up to 2 days for an autopsy. No autopsy for him. No need. So he just sits here, cold chamber, number 31 BB. If family don't collect, then cremation. Is cremation what you mean by disposal? Yes, mostly. Friend of yours? Not exactly. But he's Corpse Girl's victim. You said so. Well, I don't know. You said so. Interesting. I'll look at him again. Really? There's no need for that. It's okay, I won't tell. How did you do it? I swallow hard. What does he mean? Hello? How did I do what? How did you kill him? Oh shit. I've messed up. He knows. Kojiro has figured out who I am. In a panic, I slam my phone down. I can hear the constant vibrations against the bed as Kojiro continues to message me. Shit. Shit. What do I do? Can I make something up to convince him that I'm not the one responsible for Aichi's death? Will he even buy it? By not responding to him straight away, I've probably inadvertently proven my own guilt. I pick up my phone between my trembling thumb and forefinger. I hold it delicately, as though it has suddenly become some sort of evidence that I don't want covered in my fingerprints. In a way, that's completely true. I stare at the message from Kojiro. Hey, you there? Hello? I'd better reply. I have to say something. Maybe, just maybe I can throw him off my trail. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't kill anyone. Not exactly a lie. Yes, true. Corpse Girl killed him. No name entry on Corpse Girl's website. But you knew his name, and you knew he died. Ergo, you requested his death. Wait. This is good. This is far better than believing I'm Corpse Girl. He thinks I'm just some fan of the website that submitted the request. I have to run with this. I can't let him know the actual truth. Okay, you got me. I used the website to request his death. Ah! Wow. Mad. So the site is real. Amazing. This is exciting. Are you happy he's dead? I decide to take a leaf out of Tomoe's book and act more innocent than I really am. Not really. I just made the request on a whim to see what would happen. I didn't think it would really work. Wow. So you didn't hate the guy? Aichi? No, I never met him. Just found his photo on the internet. Incredible. Corpse Girl kills with just a photo. Doesn't even need a name. Wonder how many other Vics I've got here. LOL. Have to go. Clocking off soon. Talk later. Kojiro's status immediately changes to offline. I breathe a sigh of relief. I think he bought the lie. Surely I'm in the clear. But this whole conversation was an exercise in stupidity. I nearly shot myself in the foot because of my own insatiable curiosity. I shouldn't have contacted Kojiro at all. The only positive thing to come out of this is learning that Kojiro works at a hospital morgue. I could potentially take advantage of this, but my sleep-deprived brain can't quite work out how. Well, I can dwell on that later. For now, I really need to sleep. You need to get the photo. Tomoe has got the photo. June 2nd, Tuesday morning. Alright, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like and subscribe? Everything helps me out. And I'll see you in the next part where Tomoe will probably find a photo of her dismembered corpse in a desk drawer. Goodbye.